No, I'm just wondering. I mean, in terms of a comedian, I mean, is Trump stealing your thunder because he's so outrageous, or is he? Does he provide great ammunition? I mean, great, material.
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe ammunition is a good word. It's kind of ammunition that blows up in your hands. It's not the best ammunition because he is so toxic, and it's hard to top him. And at least Americans have noticed that satire has surpassed reality quite a while ago here in the U.S. Possibly, maybe I blame George W. Bush. It was hard to keep up with him, but this is on steroids and crack. It's just impossible.
Yeah, but when he in the debate last night or the night before now talked about immigration and extreme vetting. That's his favorite term. For refugees coming into our country. He used a new term, one that I'm sure will be on your hat very shortly, called bad hombres.
Oh yeah,
And I
yeah.
know you've called yourself already on Twitter a very bad hombre, and I love it. What the hell is his problem?
I mean, he's at times super slick with his dog whistles, just messaging to his followers, and sometimes they're just clunky. But yeah, this was somewhere in between because I mean, this was kind of clunky of him, uh, and this is hilarious because I will always denounce anti-immigrants, and they're always bigoted, racist. It seems because no anti-immigrants here in the U.S. don't ever go after, undocumented Irish bartenders in New York. You know what I mean? I've met a few. I know they're out there. The Slavic community in Chicago, forget it. There's so many undocumented immigrants from Eastern Europe there. It's amazing. But these are not the people that they're talking about. They're always talking about the brown immigrants or the brown
Yeah,
people. And I
I
mean,
mean,
there's not a problem that Donald Trump cannot blame on a brown person.
yeah, that's very difficult to understand, isn't it? I mean, what do you think this means then, Lala, to the broader Hispanic community?
For me as a satirist, I thought, oh, here we go again. This is like when they had the vice presidential debate and the Republican VP candidate said, "Oh, you whipped out that Mexican thing again." This is part two on this. I knew that this would become like the quotable quote. And then also, people. Speaking of the larger community, I mean, people were tweeting at me saying, "Well, there you go. Here you go. I can't wait to see your cartoon." Like a like no pressure there. I already people had decided I must do the bad hombre cartoon. So I'm glad I did. I did two of them, and they went viral, and I got quite a bit of news coverage. So and the double edged of Donald Trump. But I think a lot of people in the community were offended, though. I mean, they were kind of on the receiving end of yet another dog whistle of Donald Trump singling out Mexican immigrants, and Latino immigrants. But like I said, it's kind of clunky, and I guess I'm like numb to it. I wasn't offended. I was overjoyed that he made my day a little easier.